We're looking into the world of being paid for selling your expertise, but look, I want to avoid at all costs the C word, and that's consultant, by the way. What do you think of when you read the word consultant? Is it some guy, and yes, the picture normally is of a guy, who appears in a suit and a tie at your office and charges a huge sum of money to tell you what to do next in your business? This is certainly what I know a lot of people think when they see the word. But here's the thing, there are loads of those guys. They are big corporate entities, they charge astronomical fees to businesses for analysis and strategy and recommendations, and they don't always have a great reputation for providing value for money. They're called consultants. But then there's another business, and these are often called consultants too. They exist in a completely different space, have a completely different ethos. They work with much smaller clients, maybe one-to-one. They operate on their own quite often, and they have much lower overheads. Are they consultants like the other guys? Well, if a consultant helps people solve their problems, then they certainly are. But quite often they don't look like they're from the same planet. The word is the problem. So I'll tell you how I see myself, and I've been doing, let's call it consultancy, for over 20 years as a one-person business. Now I have two strands to my business. I still work in my IT management consultancy world, but at the same time I'm spending significant effort getting my new advisory business up and running. Note, it's not a consultancy. I spent the first half of my business career, and despite my youthful appearance, it's a long career, working in finance here in the UK. That ended up in the City of London. I hated it with a passion, but I needed the money with a young family. But then I managed to bail out and set up my own business. For a few years it was all about IT hardware, but then it kind of morphed. Okay, but stop. I glossed over the bit there where I managed to bail out from the city. How did I do it? Well, there's the real story of my business, because it nearly went disastrously wrong. Cutting to the chase, when I left my corporate safe world, I basically bet my savings and my family's future on a business idea that in retrospect I didn't know well enough to spot some flaws under the skin. It took me 3 years of really frightening worry and hard work to get out of that business with the shirt on my back. I learned a massive amount. In fact, I learned so much I wrote a book about it. If you subscribe and drop me a mail, link below, I'll send you a copy for free. Now, ever since then, I've wanted to help other people start up their own versions of what I do, but without the terrifying bit at the beginning where it nearly went bad. I know there are plenty of people who have an itch to try the advisory, or consulting if you must, business. How do I know? Well, at least once a month people say to me, I often think I should do what you do. I have absolute sympathy for their desire, but I always reply, what's holding you back? And they almost invariably say, well, it's the risk, or sometimes it's just not the right time. But I want to help them scratch that itch, and that's where this channel comes in. I'm putting out regular videos that will point you in the right direction, and at the same time I'm looking to help some people directly. You see, what I want to do is make sure my advisory business is genuinely useful and really helpful. I'll be launching the service soon, and it will be of interest to almost anyone, frankly, who's got this far into this video. It's also going to start with a free 30-minute one-to-one discussion on ways in which I can help you and we can both work together. If you'd like to reserve a slot on the first tranche of members, drop me a note at the Go It Alone mail in the description. I'll get back to you. We can work out then what to do next to help you, and as I really value your feedback, I won't be looking for money. You'll be paying me in your direct opinion. So I guess that word consultancy might mean something like I'm proposing to you now, but it's a perfect example of why it's a mistake to put it in the same box as the suits that we talked about at the beginning. Let's have a chat. Drop me a mail, okay?